Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today we are talking about digital social branding for franchise organizations. And this is part of a new series that I'm kicking off. And we're starting out today giving some strategies for franchisors. All right, so meaning the top level, if you are a franchisor, you have franchisees, how can you make sure that you have brand consistency, that you're mitigating risk, and that you are optimizing and maximizing all the opportunities available to you with social and digital marketing? Because if you are a franchisor, you have an army of brand ambassadors throughout your franchisees. And as a franchisor, it is your responsibility to empower them. Let me give you a little bit of history so you can understand why you should continue listening to this podcast episode today, and that I actually do have experience and we have authority and the ability to help you succeed in the digital space if you are working in the franchise ecosystem. Now, when I first left corporate America, after working 15 years in corporate America, our very first client was a franchise of the Service Master family of brands. And throughout the years, that was late 2009, early 2010, we have done a ton of work in multiple different franchise organizations, from some of the most well-known franchise organizations, as well as people that are just starting them up. We've done work in fitness, a lot of B2C spaces, hospitality. We are the training partner also for L'Oreal, and we have an online training academy for all of the 150,000 plus Redken salons. So we have opportunities where we can co-brand online training academies for franchisors, for MLMs, network marketing companies, and we roll that out and help them empower their franchisees. So I'm coming to you from a place where I understand franchising. We know how it works. We've been running multiple digital and social and branding programs. We coach executives. We know what you need to do. So today I'm starting at the highest level, and I'm going to give you 5 easy strategies that you need. These are must-dos that you must be doing at the franchisor level if you are wanting brand consistency, if you are wanting to maximize the reach and amplify and empower your franchisees. So if you're in a place right now where you're kind of freaking out and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't control my franchisees and they're not doing what they need to do, that's your responsibility. And that's why, as you know, they bought into your organization, why they purchased their franchise, because they're looking to you for leadership. And there's something that happens with some of these franchise organizations where they don't want or know how oftentimes to empower the franchisees. And so yet the franchisee is trying to market their business and use all the most popular and helpful channels out there, and they just are always getting their hands slapped from corporate, from the franchisor. So that's why today, I really want to help bring everybody together. Let's all give one big happy hug. And because it really is about teamwork, we're all so much better together than we are as one. And, the most successful franchise organizations we've seen are when they truly work together, and where, the power of we is so much more powerful than the just me. as a one person organization, or one single franchisee. So you really want to make sure you're bringing your teams together. Now, if you are listening to this podcast today and you're from a franchisee organization, this is useful for you too, because these are some of the things that you should be asking for from your franchisor. Okay, so I want everybody to be keeping everybody accountable. And then I will be doing some more episodes also for franchisees as well as franchisors. So let's go ahead and dig right in. Number one is training. So you can't expect somebody to do what they should be doing if you haven't told them what they need to do. And we see this a lot in the franchise space, where there's a lot of people that are, purchasing a franchise, wanting to live their dream, build, a dream business, but they don't come from a background of business or of marketing. Yet they, a lot of times, as we know, don't want to maybe depend on the franchisor as much as they should. Or sometimes when they do, they're not getting the support that they need. So training is key when it comes to digital and social marketing and branding. You must, at the franchisor level, have proper training where you are making it very clear what they need to do and what are those best practices for achieving success and reaching their audiences and converting new customers. And, if you're in a brick and mortar business, getting more customers in that door. How are you going to leverage social to amplify that brand and to build trust and to empower community and to sell more memberships, more ice cream cones, more Chick-fil-A sandwiches, whatever you may be doing? How are you leveraging social and digital to do that? How are you measuring success? What does your social and digital program look like? If you today are listening to this and you can't articulate what that program looks like, I'm telling you, call us up. Give us a call. Head on over to the marketingnutswithaz.com and we'll help you. But you need to know the answers to those questions, because if you don't, even if you're a 5 or 10 franchisee organization right now and you think you have struggles now, wait until you continue to grow, right? And you didn't start your organization with a goal not to grow. You want to have more franchisees. So you want to get a hold of it as quickly as you can. Now, if you're a franchisor and you have hundreds or thousands of locations like we've worked with, and you don't have your arms around this, no better time than to start now, right? It's never too late. And you will be amazed how quickly your franchisees will just embrace the fact that you're caring about them and actually pulling together a program. So if you don't have a program, you don't have training in place that is to the level of quality that it should be, don't be embarrassed about that. Just take the action and the first steps to make it better starting now. And don't wait till next year, right? Your competitors are going to pass you by. And trust me, we work with a lot of franchise organizations, and there's a lot of them that are investing in these things today. Number 2 is part of that training. You want to make sure that they know and you know what audiences you are targeting. So what does that ideal customer look like? And I'm sure this is already part of your strategy. It's included in your FTD contracts and all of those things of what type of information you're providing on that target buyer and what does that customer profile look like. However, when it comes to digital and social, you need to make sure you are making that crystal clear. If your franchisee is placing a Facebook or an Instagram or a LinkedIn ad, what is the profile of that audience member, of that target buyer? What is their behavior online? What channels are they leveraging? What are they looking for on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn? Why are you engaging on those channels? The number one question you want to be answering is why, right? And that's why number 3 is the channel. What is that channel that you want your franchisees to target on, to prioritize as the top 1, 2, 3? And the answer shouldn't be all of the above. If you have a brand new franchisee who's just getting started in this digital and social world, you have got to prioritize this for them because it's overwhelming. They're learning how to start up a new business. They're learning how to navigate digital and social and branding in a world that's even complicated for people who have been living and doing marketing in this world for 20 plus years. Like me, I work on it on a daily basis to keep up with everything that's happening. And so you really need to get in the mindset of where your franchisee is, where your customer is, so that you can make sure you are providing your franchisees what they need to be successful. And then number 4 is content. Okay, so we know who our audience is, we know what channels we're using, and then we know what content we're providing. Don't make them create all of their own content. Create as much as you can from the corporate level and let them share that content. And help them create their own content, but make sure that it is aligned to your value proposition and your brand promise, and that it is showing those experiences that are happening in store or events or, wherever they're out serving the community, whatever it is. I don't know what your franchise does, but make it be where the corporate content is coming from corporate when it needs to, and that you're providing that relevant, consistent drumbeat of content. It doesn't have to be expensive. There's lots of tools out there you can use to create this content, but you need to be providing that so you have a consistent brand message and that you are staying relevant with your audience. Don't make your franchisees do all that work, because that's not a good ROI for them. For every franchisee to be doing this research, and that's really how you lose brand consistency. You should be delivering to them on a monthly basis a content calendar that is very crystal clear on what the objectives are for that content for the month, and what are those key messages, and how are those aligned to your promotions, and how are you going to be driving foot traffic and new customers, whatever your objectives are, more brand awareness. So you want your content to be aligned to your business goals, and those channels to be aligned to where your audience is hanging out, and that you're focused on driving a consistent story and action that you want that end user to take. And then number 5 is just making sure that everything you're doing is relevant. We're living in a world where, in order to remain relevant, your customer needs to hit play. They need to watch your video. They need to listen to your podcast. They need to read your visuals. So in order to stay relevant and to inspire action for that end user to engage with your brand, you need to know who they are. You need to be providing value. Maybe you're entertaining. Maybe you're making them laugh. Maybe you're making them feel good. Maybe, you're a yogurt shop that is bringing people together. Whatever it may be, making them feel healthy, eating a bowl of yumminess. But know what that relevancy is in an authentic way, and tie it up in a nice package with a bow, and make sure your franchisees clearly understand that, so then they feel empowered, not overwhelmed. Because what we see over and over again, when you give people a clear path, you give your franchisees a clear path to success, and they know that you are confident in the digital and social program. You know what success looks like. You know how to measure results. You know how to place a Facebook ad. You know what the target demographic is, what the target channels are, and what technology that they need to use, and how they need to do that. And, here's your monthly content calendar with postings for you. Then, even if they're brand new to the technology, it all becomes easier for them, because now they have a reason why. Now you've made it easier for them. And so they're going to invest more of their time to learn Facebook, to learn LinkedIn, to learn the tools and technology. When they don't have the reason why and everything is confusing, that's when they just get overwhelmed, and you're getting the calls at the franchisor level saying, and all you're hearing is, this isn't working. How do I do this? Blah, 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 blah. and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how to fix this problem. This is overwhelming. I mean, we've seen so many franchisors struggle with this. So you have to get your plan together at the franchisor level. If you're a network marketing company, same thing. It's not about control. It's not about controlling your brand. It's about empowering the people who are evangelizing that for you and leveraging those FDD contracts to protect your brand and to have policies, but those policies need to be backed up with business reasons of why you're doing what you're doing. So hopefully this helped you. I know this is a lot of content to cover in one podcast. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to us at themarketingnutswithaz.com. We're happy to come out and train your team, come speak at your events, work with a digital social strategy for you to help roll out to your franchisee locations. I wish you the best of success.
If you're ready to Zoom your business and Zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.